Today we're going to be talking about how I lost to the #1 pickleball team in the world. We're gonna dive into the strategy that goes behind some of the top pickleball playing, the strategy and the patterns that come from high-level pickleball. It really is like chess in a way, where you hit one shot or one move to set yourself up for another shot or another move, ultimately so that you can win the point. If you're super talented or super skilled, you're gonna be good, but having strategy in mind will take your pickleball to the next level. So let's see the strategy that goes behind the #1 pickleball team in the world. Quick shout out to the Texas Ranchers. They are my MLP team, and I'm stoked to play with them. MLP is gonna be a lot of fun. If you can come to an event, it's unlike anything you could imagine. Like pickleball in person, the screen doesn't do it justice, so make sure you come out to an event if you can. It's awesome. We're gonna start the video now. Okay, 0-0. So today I'm playing with Thomas Wilson. This is a quarterfinal match. Last time when I beat him, Zane and I played him in the quarterfinals. Nice, good point. I mean, you can see that we're trying to be aggressive. So we get a point, no worries there, quick side out. It's always nice to get off 0. It's a big deal. Then get another free point right back. Two fourth misses. That's crazy. A lot of unforced errors so far. I mean, I assure you we are professionals, so nice return, nice drop. You see how I leave that for Thomas? Because if I would have taken that middle ball, I would have been reaching. I'll go back just to show you. So this is huge right here. So Ben hits a really good return. Thomas pops it up just a little. The ball's closer to me and on my side, but I let Thomas take that. Because if I hit that, I'm reaching on my weaker side. Hold up. Oh, what a point. This was a huge point. Let's go back to this whole point. So, like I'm talking about, look at the return. I don't take this middle ball on this fourth shot. I don't take that, even though the ball lands on my side. Because Thomas is behind me, so he has more time to hit that and thus get a better shot than I do. Thomas is on the ground, and we win the point. That was huge. Look at the way I hit this backhand volley. It was interesting. It was like, pah! That was a good point. That felt good to win. Ooh. So I think I sped that up to a pretty solid spot. Ben's right hip, maybe even a little bit farther right than his right hip, and he found a way to get a forehand there. It's good by him. And then Ben's just overreaching a little there. I mean, that's what he's known for, but that was a hard shot. Collin didn't get out of the way. Nice. See that speed up? Sped up to Collin's righter side, and I don't expect to win the point off the speed up. I speed it up. I'm going to go back. Here, right here. I speed it up, and I'm ready for one more. It's off this ball. I speed it up, and I'm already ready for the next one, because you shouldn't expect to win the ball off your speed up. You should expect to set yourself up for the next one. And that's something pros do a lot. You'll see all of us out here trying to implement that. Right now, Thomas and I, we just want to be aggressive. As you can see here, our men's doubles win-loss percentage is a 7-0. Whew, whew, whew. A Burt against the #1 pickleball team in the world. That feels good. Oh, that feels good. You know they did not like that at all. I'm smiling, but we lose this match, which makes me less happy. And then a free point from Ben. Unlikely. We have a better win percentage than them. After this match, we're 7-1, which means we are times. My math is bad. Well, we're less than 90%, that's for sure. I'm gonna figure this out. So 7 out of 8 is 3 out of 4, which is 75%. So we have a 75% win percentage, Thomas and I. I knew I could figure that out. I went to college. All right, I'm missing the most important part, the pickleball. Let's go. It's so interesting. I mean, so I think after the last match where Zane and I beat Collin decided to switch paddles to the Yola Alpha, which has a little bit more pop than the normal Yola, and let's just say he needs it. Respectfully. Not sure if we can include that, but we'll see. Nice. Just looking to be aggressive. That's what we're trying to do. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, and it's working. Like, being aggressive is working. Like, it's not working 100%, but it's definitely working 70% of the time. Which, in sports, 70% of success is a lot. Like, is a lot. Yeah, that was a big point. I tried to be aggressive. We didn't win because of it, but we didn't lose because of it. So I'd say it's a success. Just being aggressive, applying pressure. There it is. We can analyze this. So hit a solid return. You get Thomas drives it, and I poach. It's called the crash and burn. I'm sure you've heard of it, but if you're new to pickleball, one person drives the third shot, and then the partner crashes to the net and tries to put it away. Ooh, Thomas was all over that. And we just did it again there, almost successfully. Not a good drop, but I recover from it. I don't know what's happening. Okay. I put my hand in the cookie jar there, as some of the commentators would say, but it ended up working out because I think, I was hitting a decent amount of those dinks middle, and then that one I went, and then on the Ernie I went wide. Good point from them right there. That's a really good serve. Gets a short return. Doesn't do, yeah. Great serve. I hit a short return. He hits a solid drop. I pop it up. They put it away. That's fundamental pickleball right there. So this team, Ben and Collin, they're just so good at the fundamentals, which, makes them a really hard team to beat. They don't go for too much, which I think they probably don't go for enough, which allows teams that are a little aggressive to apply a lot of pressure. Hold up. This is a good point. That was going out. We win this point. Oh, no, we don't. I got to work on that. It happens when you're on the defense and people are smashing it and you just want to get it in, so you hit it really hard, but then it flies long to just try and absorb some of that power. Yeah. I like that speed up from Thomas. He's got it. It's a good spot, middle. Not a bad idea. Nice. Same. Look at that. Same spot as before, but the ball he sped up on was a little bit higher, so he was able to get the speed up lower, which was what we needed. Oh. I think it was just good. He got the ball down. Didn't do anything crazy. Didn't hit it too hard. You just when you're in those firefights, if you can get the ball down, it's better than hitting it really hard. Because if you hit it really hard, it may go out, or that right there. Look at this. So hitting down is more important than hitting hard, because if you hit it hard, they just got to put their paddle there. Thomas had a higher forehand, sped it up hard right to Ben's hip. Ben just blocks it and gets it back low, and now our only option is to hit up or in the net. And neither one of those are good options. Really good shot by Ben. So they were playing a little slow at the start, and they're starting to pick it up. But I mean, you got to expect that from the top-ranked pickleball team in the world. Yeah, you see that? I mean, that shot is not easy to make, and when we're there, like on that backhand roll or flick that I just hit, I'm not trying to hit it super hard. I'm just trying to get it to bounce in a good spot. And, oh, that was huge. Let's go. That's what you'll notice in pickleball, which is, pickleball is so heavily reliant on hitting the right spot. It's, in tennis, if you just hit the crap out of the ball anywhere in the court, you're going to be in a really good position. In pickleball, that's not necessarily the case, because if you hit the crap out of the ball right at somebody's body, they can just put they're just sitting on it with their backhand, and they're just ready to push forward. So speed is not always great. You see that? You see that speed up by me right there? This is a long point. I'm sorry, but I'm going to go back. I go to Ben's backhand. If I would have hit this hard, he could have used some of my power right here. He was ready to counter it, but since I hit it slow, his timing would have been off if he would have countered, because he's ready for a hard one. So that's why some of that, it has its own name. It's called an off-speed speed up, because you're speeding it up off speed. I did the same thing right there, and he missed it in the net. He honestly looked like he was like early to that. Yeah, so if you're late, you're going to hit it out. Yeah, he was early because he was already swinging before I hit it, but it's hard to get the timing up because, once your mind makes a decision, you have mere seconds you have milliseconds to change your mind. This is a really good point. Whew. Whew. Clip that. Whew. Got to be your own biggest fan. Hey, Collin, it's okay. There was a shot that proved exactly what I was talking about right there. Thomas speeds it up, and Ben's already anticipating the forehand. So he speeds it up, and he sees maybe the paddle face of Thomas, or even just predicts where it's going to get sped up to, and is already ready for a certain speed up. Just like that, Ernie. I see Collin's head is down. You see? Collin puts his head down, and I'm like, all right, he's not going to be able to see me jumping. So then I jump into the Ernie position, and it works. All right, we're up 9-5. Whew, good hands. That is an uncharacteristic miss from Ben, but we were applying pressure. Like, he didn't just have it out of nowhere. It was a intense point, and points like that will do that. I know how we win this game. Yeah, it's not there. And there it is. Forehand, what is that? A 5th shot drive winner down the middle. All right, game 2. I am less excited to watch this game. That was a good shot. That ball almost hit my foot. I should not have done that. I was way too close to it. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to, but it was a mere few inches. Keep it clean, Christian. Keep it clean. You can't be... It's crazy when you have a team of this caliber in a position... When you're up a game against a team of this caliber, you can't be giving away anything. Nice. That was good. Ooh. So the same thing happened both of those points, which I'll touch on quickly, is the crash and burn. A really effective way to do it is when your partner drives, you just run to the net and you're already there applying a lot of pressure. The thing is, it could be very beneficial or very hurtful depending on how your partner's drive is and how the opponent's 4th shot counter is. And the first time, so I mean, it happened back to back. The first time it worked out, the second time it didn't. It was not a good speed up by me. Speed that up. I wanted to. I did that little off speed thing. They're I said placement over power, but I'm just really wishing I'm really wishing I took that Ernie and just hit the heck out of it, Just hit the crap out of it. That's the problem where when you play a team like this, sometimes it takes more. You just got to keep outplaying them, and we didn't outplay them that point, or they played well that last point. That was a big point. I'm only saying that because I know the outcome. Good hands by Collin. So as you can tell already, I mean, very, very few unforced errors from the number 1 team. Very few. It was a little windy this day, and this is so funny. It's been in the leg. That's crazy. That was going to hit the screen or the board behind it. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man, he had him. Yeah, Thomas, we should have won that point. I mean, the thing is, we should have lost the point before. But that's like, it's just a team this good. You can't be. We got to make everything. And I know I miss as well. Nice. Trying to get it to that right side of Collin, even when he's on the right. A missed return. Like, it doesn't matter what's happening, Christian. Like, it doesn't matter what's happening. Like, a point like that is huge. You can't do that. Because it allows your opponent to get a point without you doing anything. And that's how we got such a big lead in the first. I mean, there were a couple free errors from the Johns. Yeah, Collin's sitting on his body pretty well. And just like that, we're down 5-1. I feel like this game's been like 2 minutes long. Like, we just lost 3 points super quickly. Maybe 2. And, being aggressive is the right play, and I don't hate that point. I mean, I'd rather be, like, I know if we do that, we're going to win at least half of them. So if every point is like that, I'm fine with it. There you go. We got to be aggressive against this team. Thomas and I can both play both sides, but we decided to put me on the left just because we like it. This is so funny. I didn't realize he was over there. I mean, it may seem small, but like a little thing like that where we're just not communicating, like we don't know who's on what side, like that's just not a good sign. That's not a good sign for where we want to go. That's what I'm talking about as well. That's what I mentioned before this last point where a drive, the other person crashes, and if the counter is too good, then we get screwed. Nice. I'm ready for that. I'm trying to be... I did the same thing 3 times, and it's like that point is my fault 100%. I'm trying to make something happen, and the balls where you can take it out of the air, like in the kitchen, I did it twice. Nothing came out of it. Like the third time, I can't be doing that. Another free point. So as you can see, the strategy from the number 1 team in the world is pretty simple. They don't change much. It's just a good shot. They don't change much. They just clean it up. They just clean up their game if things aren't working. They don't try and do more. I think they actually do less. This game they've done a lot less as far as trying to make things happen. And error after error, like we're just giving them this game. Thomas and I are one of the best teams in the world. And in this game, it's just like they just make us look bad in this game. There it is. I think that was the first free point from Ben or Collin that entire game. And now we're down 9-2, and I get a ball where I can kind of make something happen, and we're supposed to be aggressive, and it's just a loose error. And then a miss like that. Ben and Collin won that game way too quick. They won that game way too quick, in like, I think they won it in 2 side outs. From being up 2-1 or 3-1, they got 8 points in the matter of 2 side outs. You got to shut people down after 1 or 2. 3, if they get 3, that's tough. Like, you don't want them getting 3. So that's, anyway, so I mean, that game's done. Let's put it out of our mind. Try and clean it up. Let's see what happens. Yes, we sped it up, we were the aggressors, and we won the point. We didn't speed it up too early, we didn't make a mistake, we waited for the right one. That was a great speed up by Thomas. Ben defended it well. Right there, we're 1 for 1 for speed ups. I don't mind me speeding that up, I can't be missing it. It was a low ball, and I probably shouldn't have sped it up, but after the second game, I knew that we needed to pick it up a little bit and go back to what was working in the first game, which was being the first aggressors. But then after that, I feel like I've got to dink a couple. Whew. After not dinking a lot, your dinks can get a little rusty. We don't want to dink with this team. I think we can. I think there are certain points where you kind of need to dink, but we don't want to dink with this team. We were dinking there, and we popped up like 2 or 3. And then just an error. I mean, it's not an easy shot, but that's where I'm talking about, like, speed. Just place that well. But then I'm used to them making I'm used to them making that, so I want to do a little more. And that's this team. Good speed up by Collin. That's this team. You know, it's like a wall. Could even use an analogy, like they're like a wall, and I'm actually rewatching this for my own benefit the next time I play them. Yeah, that middle spot can be open, but if you do it too much, they're ready for it, or if they're just ready for it, they're ready for it. So I got to mix up a few different spots, and that's the key, is mixing it up. Let's go. Big point. Big point. We need that. Yeah, I mean, just a high drive on my behalf. You can see the frustration coming in. If I'm kicking the ball like that, a little frustrated. But like just try not to be and like that's it. Like it's just a little bit of frustration can cause maybe like a little over eagerness. Like a little, like it's just such a big point. 4-1, you have a high ball there. If you get a side out at 4-1, I mean, oh no. I knew I was going to miss that before it even happened. It's one shot. Like it might seem like it's only one shot or one miss, but like that high backhand roll flick, in my mind, because I missed that, it's now 7-1 instead of 1-4-1. And that could be true, that could be false, but I mean, this game was headed in a bad direction, and it's now just snowballing. And it's, you know, I anytime I lose, like I always blame myself, and doesn't matter like what happened. Like I always know that there was more I could do. And it's like, it's just being a part of a team. Like, I miss a shot, and then now he misses a shot by a lot. And it's like, it's just, we're one, and it's my fault that he missed that shot. Like, in a way, like, it's like, if I'm not bringing the positivity, if I'm not bringing the solitude isn't the right word. If I'm not bringing, like, if I'm not bringing my game, how can I ask my partner to bring his or hers? At the same time, sometimes if your partner's not bringing their game, it might be up to you to help them pick it up. And in order to do that, you've got to play solid so that they can know you're there. And that's just something that Thomas and I didn't do these last 2 games, is like, not just one of us, we were both just not playing our best, and one of our errors led to the other one making errors, which led to the other one making errors. It was, Thomas and I are a great team. We played very well together, and I know we can. It's just, I honestly think it has little to do with us. I mean, a lot to do with us, but it really just speaks to what a team like this can do to you if you let them. Like, it's just the little things. I don't think it's just like the little misses, the little hiccups in the game lead to this. And Ben and Collin do a really good job of not giving anybody those little hiccups. And if they do, it's usually in the first game, and they usually clean it up. Whereas Thomas and I, it was in reverse, where the first game we were super clean, and then in the second and third we had our hiccups. You'd rather, I'd say it's better to finish strong than start strong. It is definitely better to finish strong than start strong, because if you finish strong, you're going to win. And that's why it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. And after playing Ben a lot, I can say that's something he's really good at, is knowing it doesn't matter how he starts as long as he finishes strong. So, I watch these match analysis as, we're having an intense point and we're still in it 3-9. I know anything can happen, and we're fighting till the end. We're picking it up a little. That was a dumb speed up. I don't remember what I was saying, but I think I was saying, after playing Ben a lot, or these guys a lot, it's one of the impressive things is finishing strong, not starting strong, or knowing that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And as you can tell, I did not finish strong. Man, I'm so disappointed right now watching this. I know I've heard you're not supposed to watch yourself lose. I don't know how that's true. You don't want to watch yourself lose. You can definitely rewatch tape of your bad matches, so I don't know how that works. What is that drive? Yeah. I don't know, do we make a comeback? It's never too late to make a comeback, but all right, and that's the thing. I mean, look at Thomas and I. I think we both know, you got to finish. It's not over till it's over, and we're fighting till the end. Oh, that would have been huge. That right there. Oh my goodness. Give me that. We're 5-9-1 momentum. It's just that was a little unlucky, but I mean, luck goes both ways. Ultimately, in theory, your opponent's going to be just as lucky as you are. That's just the way the world is. So you can't rely too heavily on saying, "Oh, that was luck." And right there, it's just, don't miss that, Christian. Don't miss that. Well, at the end of the day, I mean, there we go. It's always nice to make Ben and Collin sweat. I know right when I got into the sport, man, they could not lose, and I don't think they lost for a while. And it's unfortunate, but when you're at the top, there's only one way to go, and that's down. It's also unfortunate because, yeah, good playing. Do the high five. We know we're a solid team and we didn't bring our best, but I'll say this: when you're at the top, there's only one way to go, and that's down, and that's tough because it's a little ironic being a professional athlete. It's ironic because the whole time what you try and do is get as high as you can, just knowing that you're just gonna drop. Sure, yes, you can quit while you're at the top. And I guess that's something that some people try and do, but I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not at the top, but I don't know how I feel about quitting at the top. It sounds nice, like, hey, you get to the top, let me quit at the top just so like nobody can say I'm bad, like, or like just so like I end on a high note. But then you'll never know how long you could have stayed at the top. And the thing is, you can't always stay you can't stay at the top forever. Life is limited. You're not going to live forever. You can't stay at the top forever. There's a timeline on these things, and seeing how long you can do it is, I mean, part of the fun. I'm going to get to the top. I don't have a single doubt in that. I really don't. I say that and I believe it. And the only way it's going to happen is if I say that and if I believe that. So there's not really any other way around that. So whether you think I'm able to get to the top or not, it's fine. There's a lot of competition, and I wouldn't ask for it any other way. I want people to come into the sport. I want the sport to grow. I want it to get harder. I don't want it to be easy. I want the best competition. Every time there's a new player and I feel a little threatened, I get excited because I'm like, this is good. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, man, subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of you guys who watch these videos aren't subscribed. No biggie, no hate. But at the same time, if you're watching it and you appreciate it, it means a lot to me if you subscribe. So thank you so much. Leave a comment, your thoughts about the video. I lost to the #1 pickleball team in the world, and I learned from it. So that's a dub. All right, let's go. Thanks for watching. Peace.